Hello everyone and welcome back to the next episode of Prophecy of Pendor Mountain Blade Warband, where we are trying to push ourselves up the rankings here in SES with the Shadow Legion, because we need to work out where the final quest will occur for these guys, and that is important because then that will tell us where we're going to be starting our kingdom, or at the very least give us a good amount of direction to go off. So this is something we want to be thinking about. Let's also sell this gear here. We're also thinking about trying to get more money somehow, so we're going to probably head up towards the Sea Raider territory, or Vansky Raider territory, to get some stuff done there. There's no job that I can do for this guy at the moment because I have just done one. I am just having a look at other groups around that might prove interesting to take on. That's a snake called Army. They're not particularly strong, these guys. The Cobra Warrior is obviously a bit of a pain, but everything else is not a huge problem. That's Kairos Ducks, that's fine. I thought that might be our friend Agathon Legatus, but it's not. I'm just going to see if there's a job here that I can do. Deal with looters, I can do that. Just get our hand in, get a little bit of loot, a little bit of experience. Not a bad idea in the slightest. So we'll get ourselves set up. They're probably going to charge us, which is fine. I might even just see if I can delay their cavalry here a little bit. I still want my wardens, as weak as they are, to do some good work in terms of actually killing things. But I'm also happy to let my archers do the majority of the work, because the majority of these guys are going to be on foot. So this might be a good chance for us to get some more experience with a bow and arrow. So let's do that. And now everyone can charge, because we might be able to get our wardens to get a few pillagers here, or maybe some bandits and robbers ready for prisoner transfer. And I think the highwaymen actually have some blunt weapons some of the time as well. We're not going to get much loot from these guys, or at least not any good loot, I would think. No, not particularly, but we will take at least some of it. We won't take all the crappy stuff on the bottom, though. We'll take these guys prisoner. There's a few more groups of bandits just yet. Thankfully, they don't run away. They kind of hang around as best possible. I'm actually just going to charge. I don't see any reason to really set up a proper battle formation for what's a pretty easy fight, all things considered. Although my horse is taking quite a bit of damage here. But we can get a good amount of prisoners here, which I'm not going to say no to. And this would also help our relation with Ethos, which actually kind of matters a little bit less than your relation with villages. Having proper relation with villages is much more important, and one of the reasons I want to find out where this Knighthood Order castle will be is so that I can then start doing quests for the villages to bring them on side, which will be important. Let's take that bread. We'll take these other little bits to sell. There's a good amount of prisoners there, excellent. Let's finish off the rest of these groups. There shouldn't be that many, but they are going to start slowly spreading out. They won't run away from us, but they will just spread out somewhat. I do like the way the hero adventurers look, because there's such a wide variety of gear that they can get, so they just kind of grab whatever is available to them. I'm going to focus on the kind of less strong units down here, because I can get a lot of prisoners just by doing this. I can get a whole bunch of them, and Sir Alistair can also help me get some as well. So we'll get a bunch of prisoners from these guys. So sometimes this is actually really good just to get a bunch of prisoners quickly. They're not going to be worth a lot, but we can at least sell them for something. Again, I doubt there'll be much that we can grab here. We will take the food, so we don't have to actually buy it ourselves. And that's going to be a good amount of prisoners. There's about 16 prisoners in that group. And we'll go over to these panda looters over here. I think that might be the last group there. The Shah have taken Hrolfsson Castle from the Fitzvane. That's a real problem, because the Shah are getting very strong, and at some point we're going to need to start whittling them down, and hopefully get some other lords to help us. But we haven't really been focusing on kind of the quests of the local lords, which would obviously make them like us a little bit more. But my hope is that if we're fighting the Dashar and they're fighting the Dashar, we can help them out and gain relation that way. Because I honestly find that some of the quests quite laborious, and it's hard to get a good amount of relation with lords quickly. You can do that with certain quests when you're actually a vassal. You can help them out, but when you're just a kind of freelancer, the quests they give you are pretty naff. Right, some more renown. Now we'll give the food and the last remaining bits that we can here. That's probably the final group. So let's head back to Ethos and hand that in. Not to the castle. Here are the Radiant Cross. They do look quite cool. Speak to the Guildmaster. I've killed some looters. Looks like we're missing one more group. That's interesting. We need to go find them, otherwise we're going to struggle with that quest to complete it. But let's sell all these random bits of gear we picked up. We've got a bunch of food from these guys. We may well see if we can sell our prisoners as well. Kasim is here. Maiden Scouts. I'll take the Maiden Scouts actually, it's fine. Those guys aren't terrible. So Roland is good, but we'll come back for you at a later stage, I think. Now, where's that last group going to have gone? Maybe they came up this way? There they are. I thought they might be up in this direction. We missed them, but we can turn back around, that's not a problem. Dread Legion Patrol. I wouldn't mind taking you guys on. Obviously not with the Dread Legion as well. I thought that might have been the Dread Legion there, but it's not. I think the Nord are going to help me out here. It's fine. We'll help Lord Andrew here. I don't think we'll get much benefit from this, but we will charge. We might be able to get... I don't know if these guys have Doom Maces, but if they do, that'd be excellent, because the Doom Maces are very, very strong weapon. In fact, the best blunt weapon you can get in the game, more so than mine, for sure. I don't know where they are. We're going to have to go back for the other band of looters, but I saw the Dread Legion Patrol, and that was, at the time, a bit more interesting to me. Oh, our horse took a lot of damage there, goodness me. Let's go to these guys. These guys hurt. These, I think these are what are these called? Dread Legion Infantry, I think? And they can't be taken prisoner, they can only be killed. So, yeah. And in fact, Lethal Deer very much helped me out there. Excellent. There's another one over here though. Let's see if we can get some damage on him. Be a good amount of experience for us. No. 58 damage, but these guys are pretty tanky, all things considered. I would love to get the experience on this guy. Excellent. 303 experience is definitely worth having. I'm expecting we're not going to get much loot, but we're at least helping out Lord Andre a little bit. And just a crackdown on the shield. That's sad, but we can take the farmers. We can't take anyone else. I'd like to take the warden, but under our own rules we can't. Right, we need to go find that other group that we missed out on before. They should still be somewhere around Heath. Oh, I saw them there for a second. Goodness me, we can see them from a long way away. I guess maybe because we've seen them once. Oh, there's two bands, fine. And there I was thinking we'd managed to complete it all. Jaron Mess, or the Adventure Companies, was defeated in battle. To be honest, I didn't even know he was on the field. I think I've only ever seen him once in a campaign before. It's very rare. Maybe he was hired as a mercenary by a lord, by a king. That would make sense. Again, we're just going to do what we can here in terms of prisoner farming. This prisoner farming is just very useful for the bank account. And also it's good for our experience levels, because eventually we're going to want to get this armor upgraded into that Shadow Legion one that we have. We know there is one more group somewhere else as well, so we're going to need to go after them. So these fights aren't particularly about actually getting much benefit. Oh, this guy's got various loot though, so maybe I stand corrected. We'll take the food as always. And the prisoners. We actually can't take any more. That's fine. But I did see that as that other group there. We need to get them while we can before they run away. Oh, look at that. 9 farmers and some pilgrims. I would love to hire the pilgrims, but again, we're not at war with the Dashar, so we're not able to do so. Why am I even setting up a proper formation? These guys are not a threat, really. In fact, I think everyone's going to be trying to get their fair share of kills. So I need to get ahead of this, because I imagine the Shadow Legion troops will get a good amount of troops here. I really need to get Sir Alistair and my other cavalry wielding units a blunt lance, just to give them some additional chances of getting prisoners. I don't believe they're as strong as kind of piercing lances, but you know, you take what you can. And again, we will be relying very heavily on prisoner trade in the late game to see us through. Right, so there we go. Grab what we can from here. We'll take the food and the rest to sell. We will just completely load out because we're going to head back to Ethos now anyway. So we may as well take all we can. And we'll take these... Oh, I was going to say we were going to take these prisoners, but we can't. Go to the Guildmaster, hand the rest in. That should be all of them. There we go. It also gives us a good amount of experience as well. Let us go here. We will sell all these random bits of loot that we picked up. My inventory is an absolute mess, but over time we'll eat this food, so I don't consider it a huge problem. There we go. I doubt there's going to be a prison broker in here now. No, there isn't. But there will be one over in Singal, because there's always a prison broker in Singal, which is wonderful. Big Sarleon group there. And an adventure company, but not one that we need to worry about. I feel like there's more interesting parties that we can go after. Although the loot from those guys isn't usually terrible. Let's go to the tavern here. Speak to Ramun. I want to sell all my prisoners. About 2,000 dinars. But these slaves aren't worth much, so that's why we haven't got a huge amount of money for them. A pleasure to do business with you. It might interest you that someone called Sigismund Sinclair is looking for work in Altar. You may want to meet him there. So yes, you can get little tidbits of information from Ramun. Sigismund Sinclair is not someone I can take at the moment. He doesn't work with my party. But he may do in future. So Jocelyn is here. Again, he's a late contender. Once we have moved some of our other companions on to other things. Which of the heroes is on the field at the moment? Still just Kajuda and Warlord Zulkar. And there was also that other mercenary group, but we didn't see him on the field at all. I didn't even realise he was here at all. There are some kind of heroic armies that you just very rarely see at all, to be honest. As Sebadador says, that's the Snake Cult army. They're still, even though we can't get like a Collis gem or money for them, they're still worth taking on for the potential extra renown. Champion Jarl of Vansky has landed on the western coast. That's still not something we can really take. We can probably take them on, but there's not much benefit for doing so. Any jobs for me? I will take a bounty, absolutely. We can't do the other quests just yet, but I'll happily go take on some Snake Cult. I'm sure there'll be plenty hanging around. How are we doing on the victory progress for the Snake Cult? Healthy. They're the ones that we've managed to knock down the most. Remember, again, there is a benefit for us knocking them down to fading or kind of completely destroyed. It means we can hire their group of troops. For example, we could hire Snake Cult Armsmen, Cobra Warriors, etc. Right, let's set up. This one we do need to set up properly. Because these guys can hurt. I'm not thrilled by this map, but we'll have to make it work. Thankfully, there is a little bit of a crest that we can use for our archers there. The Snake Cult followers will go down without too much issue. It's going to be the other guys, as always, that are the problem. Looks like they're going to start charging in soon. Right, we'll get our cavalry to actually push over there. Infantry can handle the cavalry, that's fine. I want the cavalry to follow me. I want to take out these armsmen before they become a problem. And charge. Now they're here, we can keep those armsmen distracted and not shooting us, whereas the infantry will have taken out the cavalry with no particular issue. That's definitely the way to do it in future. I will let the infantry charge. I don't think they'll be able to do much at this stage. But if we want them to charge, we can. That Mountain Lance got in the way. That's fine. Thank you, Sheriff. You're going to be some good prisoners. And you're actually staying alive for once, which is arguably a lot more useful than you normally are. There we go. Good amount of knockouts there for myself and the local sheriff. And still some renown, which I'm not going to say no to. And some more various loot. Wonderful. Grab all that. We will leave some space. We don't need those farmers for the time being. We may well want to do something else with the space we have. Maiden Warders are kind of average, but they can turn into something fairly useful. There's probably going to be some more Snake Cult over here towards Yano. Oh, that's the Snake Cult army. There's definitely some Snake Cult here, for sure. That's unfortunate. Right. Bugger, that's a real problem, actually. How many are coming for us? 208. Good grief. Aha! We're going to need to let some cavalry take the hit here, I think. I don't know how much cavalry is going to come in for us. Probably quite a bit. Cavalry, fall back, fall back, fall back. We're going to have to take a few losses here, and then we can hopefully retreat. I was not paying attention here. If either we or they take a few casualties, that should be enough for us to retreat. Because then they'll have seen it as kind of an engagement that we managed to do. Good grief, this is terrifying. Charge. So Rain's been knocked out, that's not good. Right, your horse is down, that's good. There's so many warriors. This is not something I wanted to take on by myself. We're going to lose some Shadow Legion here. Yeah, we are. It's my mistake for just charging in, I shouldn't have done so. Okay. Right, we're losing a lot of troops here. We need to either get ourselves knocked out or we need to run away quickly. We need to get to safety. Come on. Run away, run away, run away. Please stop chasing me, because I can't run away if you're chasing me. Probably the best thing we can do is get ourselves knocked out here. So the best thing we can do is literally just charge into the throng here. We'll take out as many troops as we can, of course. But at this point I just need to actually get myself killed. So I'm just going to fire into the throng and wait to be assassinated. Thank you. Please keep hitting me. Thank you. Let's leave. 14 killed. But we should be able to leave now. That was very silly of me. Run into Maris Castle. That's 25 troops or more gone. Hopefully that won't happen again. That was very silly of me. To be honest, I thought they were somewhere else. That's a lot of troops lost. Fine, we're going to have to replace some of those. We're going to have to let ourselves recover as well. I mean, oh, hello. We're going to have to get to Janos if we can, as safely as possible. I also don't like the fact that I saw Windhelm was under siege. That is problematic as well. Hi guys. Please cease and desist. I've got more important things to worry about. That hammer guy's a problem. If I can kill the hammer guy, the rest shouldn't be too bad. Nope. Didn't have much health to work with either. 2007, that's actually a problem, that amount of dinars lost. Sigismund Sinclair, not at the moment. Boadicea. Where are the local mercenaries? Mercenary armor crossbowmen, too expensive to justify, really. So Alistair, do you have any troops for me? Deshard adventurers, fine, whatever. It's better than nothing. Some of the ones I would probably naturally take, but that's okay. Head over to Ethos. Let's just get some more troops back after that quite heavy loss there. Iris the Lotus, have you got a mercenary company for me? Love it if you did. There we go, mercenary company from Mettenheim. That's just what I need to replace the troops I've lost. Excellent. Puts us back up to 95. And the Mettenheim adventurers are not bad at all. They're not the ones I would kind of naturally take. I much prefer Barclay troops. Or the other ones, I can't remember what they're called. Mettenheim is fine though. Oh, the Melantines, those are the guys I'm on about. Goodness me, the Dashar are running absolutely rampant here. I actually think the Fitzvane are in a worse situation than Sarleon are at the moment. Because they're very much split up between Windhelm and the Avixhelm. Right, so let's see if we get a few more troops at Sarleon, and then we'll go back and deal with some smaller snake cult groups. Emperor Immortal, Methon Vale, Clear Swiftedge. I don't suppose you've got a mercenary company for me. You don't. That would have been quite remarkable if you did. Hidden Stash in Rain, yes please. There is a certain... 10 farmers. Oh, I'm going to help out those Balani farmers because I want to... I may as well get some positive reputation with these guys. There's no reason for me not to, really. Right. Push forward. These guys shouldn't be too much trouble at all. The Red Brotherhood are a very kind of average bandit group. He says as he gets absolutely massacred by one. Grab you, grab you. Go after you guys. Sir Alistair is providing some good amount of prisoners for us. So any more of our kind of stronger troops, maybe like Serene, we should probably give a blunt weapon to, because he's a decent soldier. Donovan I'm less concerned about, because Donovan is technically an archer, because he's got his arquebusier. Anything here of interest? Not particularly. Could take the 2 refugees, I suppose. Take you as prisoner. I wouldn't mind taking those demon worshippers just for the farmers they've got. It's not. Again, I don't usually chase down the heretics, but just having those 10 farmers is going to be troops for us. Sarleon taking Harangoth from Bacchus. That's interesting. Right. We haven't fought some heretics for a while. We will just charge in, because they'll charge in for us. It's a very, very small map. Right, so they are. The infantry from the heretics are really quite useless, but the cavalry can be problematic. So let's chase them down. In this case, we took out heretic minion. Despite the fact I said they weren't a huge threat, but we still needed to deal with them. Thankfully, most the low-level heretic cavalry they have very unarmored horses, so they're pretty easy to get off their horse fairly quickly. Apologies for that. I think you might have just heard my phone go off. That's fine. These Mettenheim adventurers are doing well, which is good, as are our sheriffs, which is a rarity. They kind of replaced the manhunters from the original game. There we go. Not too bad at all. And 4 prisoners. Can't. So we gain some prisoners, some renown, some morale, and we also will get some benefits from grabbing some prisoners of theirs that they had. So we can get the farmers. We can't take anyone else under those conditions. Pendor Footmen, Maiden Rangers. We can move these Maiden Rangers up. They're not terrible. They're not spectacular, but they'll do something. Let's go for some Mettenheim crossbows. I actually prefer those guys as crossbowmen rather than infantry. There we go. We've managed to kind of recoup some of our losses. That being said, some of them are just kind of pretty average troops. Obviously, they're just peasants and farmers at this stage. Oh, drunken mercenary. I was really hoping you wouldn't see me. Let's just hopefully shoot you before that becomes a problem. These guys take a lot of beating. Now what's his face gone? He's over here. Still some prisoners. Gave him a chance? No. Who else was here? Morris? Oh, you're the tavern person, that's fine. Edith, again, will leave for the time being. He's some kind of grab in a lot later stage of this campaign. He's stashing rain, so we're getting a good amount of treasure to collect in rain at a later stage, which is good. We'll swing by Janos, because there should be some, hopefully less concerning groups of snake out around here, like this group here. I'll take that. Make sure all you guys are upgraded as best possible. I made an adventurer, and we'll keep going for crossbows. We've been a bit lacking in the range department recently. Let's fix that with this group of Mettenheims. Infantry here. We did lose a few good Shadow Legion troops in that last engagement with that Snake Hilt army. But I think I would have lost more had I said, please kind of sacrifice some troops, and I'm not willing to do that for the most part. Infantry here, I'll just hit. Let's actually move along a little. Fodder, just hang behind the cavalry. Oh, stuck on a tree. Hi there, guys. Let's see if we can do some horse archery on the move. Can do a little bit, that's fine. Fodder can stay at the back there because these guys are not going to do anything useful, even against the most basic Snake Hilt followers. Right, let's see if we can go off these armsmen a bit. We'll let the cavalry charge us, that's fine. But we can also do some good stuff with range here. Do some work against their horse as well. Most of the armsmen are now dead. We'll let them come in against our infantry. That would work a lot better. And actually the Marini will do very well with their throwing weapons here. Yeah, thought so. And there's Kavera. Does Kavera have a weapon? Oh, I think she might have been using her throwing weapons. There we go. I will grab those few bits. It might be worth selling. We can take those farmers, and we may as well do so for the time being. We'll go for some militia because we've got some crossbowmen already being upgraded, so we may as well go for some melee infantry. They're not going to last forever; it's not really their job, but they're there to act as a little bit of a buffer for our more experienced troops. How are we doing for our bounty hunt? We've definitely got enough, but if we can pick up a few more on the way back to Cez, I'm not going to say no. The question is, are there any around? There's that secular group, so it doesn't look like there is much going in terms of troops that we can attack. There's in fact multiple secular groups out. Right. Oh man, Deshar taking Highcliffe as well? Goodness me, look at this. So this is the original territory that you can see now on screen. They've taken all of this as well. Valenbray, Highcliffe. If they take Gavickstone and Windholm, those guys can be really tough to break into. I sincerely hope that wherever our hard knighthood auto cast is, it's not in Deshar territory, because it's going to be a real struggle for us to fight Deshar by ourselves in the early stages of our kind of kingdom. Right, over there. I'm happy to, again, just sit on this hill and let our archers do the work for the most part. Our Pendor militia now will join the front lines. They're not going to be very strong, but they do at least have a shield now. So they can at least block off some fire from the crossbowmen there at the back. We'll see if we can get some more proficiency with our bow and arrow. I doubt we'll be able to get that much. But we can at least do some good work here. Oh, hello. Who's coming in? The Marini should be able to deal with them. The buffer need to get behind the line because they're going to be destroyed there. Let's see if we can at least do some damage to those guys. Right, cavalry. Fill on me. We have lost a few Pendor militia, that's fine. Cavalry come here and now charge. Charge those armsmen. I don't like the armsmen, they need to be put down. Oh, I was trying to grab that guy, but thankfully I think the sheriff managed to do it instead, so we still get him as a prisoner, which is excellent. Essentially we're just keeping our infantry as kind of a shield wall for archers behind, and I'm very happy to have the Mettenheim crossbows. Mettenheim crossbows are very useful. We'll grab as much as we can here, and we'll head back to Sez to hand in this quest. We won't take any more farmers because I think we're going to need... We might be picking up some more Marinus from the quest if we complete it. We'll go for another adventurer. Kind of get our adventurer roster back up a little bit. That's not snake cults, that doesn't matter to me. Right, back to Sez. We will just hand in these little bits of loot because we might get a piece of armour from them. We don't want that to be lost just because we didn't have inventory space, because that can indeed happen. And it's still good to sell this stuff for some money anyway, even if it's not going to be worth a huge amount. Into the castle, I have bounties to claim. Marini and Centurions have joined us, which is good, but I don't think we're going to have space for them all. No, I don't think the Centurions joined us this time, unfortunately, but the Marinus have. So I don't really need to make any more spearmen. I should have probably got rid of these Pendor recruits. Just have some space, but that's fine. The Legionnaires do cost quite a bit. Anything I can do to help? I was hoping to fight some Knights of the Dawn, but not in this case. Any job that we can do for the local guildmaster? That would be worth doing. Bandit. No, I'm not doing the bandit rescue quest. It's never really worth it. What we will do is head to Elacry for the Nodal tournament, because it's coming up to that time of the month. By the time we get there, should be about time. We're still making a good amount of money per week. I'm just keeping an eye on the text down here, because there's a certain character I want to show up with his army that is well worth taking on. But he hasn't turned up yet in this campaign. It may not at all. Not all heroes turn up in all campaigns. It's just the way of things. Ravenstan and Desharg are at war. That's good. Two of the big groups going against each other. We want the Desharg to be knocked down a peg, really, because they're just so powerful at the moment. And I will start getting some defections from other groups as well. There we go, Nodal tournament. This is going to be hard. We are going to place a bet, but we're going to need to really work hard here. And I've got a bow and arrow in a Nodal tournament. Just wonderful. Not worth it in the slightest. Let's go after this guy here. Lethal Doom was knocked out. I want to take that guy off his horse. There we go. I'm going to shoot that guy behind if I can. Oh boy. Please help. Okay, we knocked someone out. We'll be through. We'll be through regardless. Oh, those two-handed swords are so powerful in the right hands. But we're through. 4 teams of 2 fighters each. That's horrifying. Please stop giving me a bow and arrow. Thank you. Let's see. We've knocked out one guy. That's good, I suppose. Oh, we need to deal with blue. Blue's a problem. These bows are so pathetic, but that's really bad. We need to have that archer first. Oh my god. That was so much damage. Why are you charging him? Why are you charging the guy on a horse, you madman? Oh boy, we're so dead here. Nope. Just got knocked out by the horse. That's a Nodal tournament. They're horrifically dangerous and very hard to win. But if you can win them, they're well worth it to get a good amount of gear. We will just have a look and see if there's any items we want to that we would consider buying. I also want to create these items, but we can't do that just yet. Anything that we can consider even trying to buy. I mean, not at these costs. I mean, they're very good helmets. And we can actually get them repaired, I believe, beyond battered. Do we look? We're going to look really silly wearing it, though. Maybe we hold off. We know they're here, but it's 30,000 dinars. We don't need it at the moment, and we may get a much better Guardian helmet anyway. I feel like there's better things we can spend our money on for the time being. But it's worth it to check as we're in Elacry, because they don't actually come over to Elacry very often, to be honest. I still want to keep work. Huzzah of the Hallowed Heir of the Jatu was defeated in battle. That's interesting. But still the other two warlords are on the field. I'm just going to have a quick look, because if one of the Jatu warlords has been taken, then that suggests there might be a good group of armies around that could actually help with that. That's terrifying. So Lara's been besieged. They might go back to the Kingdom of Sarleon. So actually looks like the Huithril might be the ones who are struggling here. Let's go have a look, see if... That's a pretty sizable force, actually. But here come the Empire, but probably not enough of them. If they're sieging Laria, can I get one of the warlords over here? Let's try to take advantage of this. They're sieging Laria. There's Warlord Zulkar. Come this way, sir. I need you to come to Laria, because we can easily take on 653 with some help. I just need Lara to stay under siege for a bit longer. And no other interfering Jatu armies like that one to get involved. Oh god, 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 oh god. We run, we run, we run. Please leave me alone. Do I want... How many? 5. Oh, I didn't really want to fight these smaller groups, to be honest. It's a good amount of renown if we win this, though. Right, infantry here. Archers here. This is not a fun engagement. We'll lose a lot here from these cavalry. We do have a lot of Shadow Legion Marini, which will help, but probably not enough. The fact that I can't even see them is worrying me as well. We'll probably have to stay out and fight this. But we may well pull back if we consider that better. Cavalry charge now. Try and intercept at least some of these guys here. There's just so many of them. But we might still be able to get Warlord Zulkar over to the Sarleon group. We need to defeat these Jatu to be able to do that, even if it comes at quite a cost to our forces. Because if we can take out Warlord Zulkar, that's going to be a huge amount of help for us. And we are actually winning this fight. I mean, it's coming at a cost, but we're doing well. And these guys might have some prisoners we can take, obviously within the restrictions that we've got for ourselves. Everyone charge now. Everyone charge. Let's get the infantry moving. Oh no, we lost the hero adventurer. That's sad. Those guys take a long time to get ready to be leveled up that far, and they take. Oh, we lost our second hero adventurer as well. It's the streamer jinxing. 70. Okay, yeah. There's only 70 left. We can take these guys out without too much issue. We will still, of course, lose more troops. That's the way of these things. I need to draw Warlord Zulkar to Laria. That's important. It's rare that there's such a large group of I should have seen that one coming. It's rare there's a large group of troops conglomerated like that. So that's something we really need to push forward on. Ooh, we're running a little bit low on our own troops. We should be okay here. Ooh, well done there, Melantine infantry. You did very well there. Okay. Only 14 left. I could have ran away, but if we want to draw Warlord Zulkar, we need to get rid of these smaller petty groups of Jatu. We're losing a lot of Shadow Legion Marinus here. I suspect not in close quarters, but the Jatu are very good with their horse archery, and I imagine that's how they're killing the Shadow Legion Marinus, by riding around them and fighting from a distance. Let's follow this engagement here. We will win this, that's not a problem. Only 17 dead. We'll probably be able to replace at least some of those guys with prisoners. So let's see. And it's also 20 renown, which is not a bad thing at all. Let's have a look here. Some pretty good stuff. We also need to get some more food soon. But this is going to be a good amount of loot for us. So all in all, could have been worse. And they didn't. I mean, they didn't draw Warlord Zulkar into the engagement, because that could have been much, much worse indeed. Take everything we can to sell. We take the 6 refugees. Can't take anyone else, I don't think. Town militiamen don't turn into what we need. I want those wardens, but I can't take them. Pendor militia, Pendor footman, Pendor swordsman, Screw warrior. Let's just level up everyone who survived. I think I've lost all our hero adventurers, sadly. Yeah, we have. That's a shame. That's okay. Let's... Oh, we've leveled up. Excellent. That means we can finally have another one in strength. And let's keep working on riding as well. And work on two-handed weapons, because we're going to need those for tournaments. That means we can finally put on this reinforced shadow armour. God, that looks so much better. And also is also just much, much stronger in terms of its armour. So that's really, really good news. Right, let's see if we can get Warlord Zulkar back. Are you still following me? You're not. But I need to take you on to draw Warlord Zulkar in. So let's take you on. Huzzah, Jatu. Prepare to fight. Prepare to die. Cavalry's going to have to charge, because they're going to come in for us straight away, as will infantry. Archers will hold for the time being. Oh boy. I don't really want to take on this Jatu group, but we need to, again, to hopefully try bait Warlord Zulkar towards Laria. Another Marinus dead. I imagine, again, that's from the ranged attacks more than anything else. Oh, our armour's not doing that much good for us there. That's only because we've kind of missed out a lot of our attacks. We lost a sheriff, that's unfortunate. Sheriff's obviously useful for taking prisoners. That's okay. That poor farmer who was throwing a rock at a Jatu raider. Sir, with your excellent moustache, you should have bought a weapon, not a rock. Rocks aren't going to do a huge amount, unfortunately, in the grand scheme of things. If we can draw Warlord Zulkar in, though, that's going to be very, very useful indeed. Is it just this guy left? I think it might be. No, there's one over here as well, on his horse. Or, what was his horse? His horse is now very much not alive anymore. Okay. Some renown. We did lose some troops there, but that's fine. Ooh, I will take those slightly better bits of gear. Grab those. We'll take the refugees, that's fine, we're allowed to do so. Now, Warlord Zulkar, I need you to come back with me, please. We've now dealt with all the Jatu smaller groups nearby. We should be able to bait you in. Except Lara is not under siege anymore, because I can see all these groups. That's annoying. We're going to have to sacrifice 20 troops because we got stuck on the bridge. That's very annoying. No, stop. There's a little bit of annoyance there. Right, who did we lose? Oh, we lost a lot there. God damn it. That is not quite how we wanted that to end. So taking on Warlord Zulkar there was definitely not worth it. I'm going to have to get some more troops now, which is going to cost money. That's frustrating, but what can we do? I was kind of hoping that the lowering groups would still be there. We'll take the Mercenary Highlanders because we just need a bit more troops. Oh, it's so frustrating that we got caught on the bridge there, because that's just cost us 27 pretty strong troops. There you can see Lorien no longer under siege. I was paying attention to the Sarleon lords, not so much everyone else. Iris, have you got a mercenary company for me? I'd really appreciate it at the moment. You don't, sadly. Singulardian Spearmen I will take. They're not spectacular, but they're cheap, and they can do something useful against cavalry. What else do you offer? Oh yes, I would happily have a cloak. I can't remember if that's what I'm supposed to do or not. Oh no, we've got a cloak on it now, good. Right, let's go to the marketplace as well, because we're a bit low on food. We did at least get some good loot from these troops that we were fighting, trying to bait Warlord Zulkar in, but it's not spectacular. I would have preferred to obviously draw him into combat, and we actually lost a lot of troops in doing so, which is unfortunate. We can sell that console armor as well, we don't need that anymore either. And we'll pick up some more food here, and what we'll do, we'll probably pick up a baggage train as well, which we can get from what's her name? Vera here.
Hello, Captain.
Hello, Captain. Right, baggage train. And let's go to Janos and then down to Sez to get some more troops. I'll leave that step and cover for the time being. I just want to get my strength back up as best I can, having had an unfortunate loss there. Singulardian horsemen are kind of terrible, but it's fine. Swordsman, Pendor Militia, Pendor Footman. Who's chasing us? Escape Gladiators. 79 Empire Gladiators. I'm not taking those guys on. Those guys are going to be brutal. Amala, nothing useful there. Bacchus Nobles, I guess I can take. Again, they're not spectacular. Do I want to take these guys on? I would have before. I'm not sure I want to take them on now. Let's give this a go. Challenge me, will you? If we can just hang back here and just shoot them. Once they get to close range, we're going to retreat and then charge again. We need to shoot as many of them as possible. Some of them won't have shields, which is useful. But they are going to have throwing weapons, I would imagine. The loot we get from these guys might be pretty useful. Yeah, they're going to have throwing weapons. That's going to be a problem. Right, everyone charge now, but I don't expect us to stay charging for long, as these guys hurt a lot. We leave. Oh, so many losses. Rain, I need you to move. Retreat, thank you. And then we can fight again. We're just going to keep on retreating and shooting them from a distance. I think that's the best thing we can do in the circumstances. Infantry there, archers up here, cavalry on the side. We will still get some good loot from these guys, but we just can't really take them on in close quarters. To be honest, they're just going to crucify us. Especially that we don't have our strongest troop with us anymore, or our stronger troops with us anymore. Okay, we're going to just have to retreat at the right moment. I.e. about now. Because we're going to lose a lot of Pendor troops. Let's get out of here. Oh, you're here, that's a problem. That's why I can't retreat. There we go. And 57 against 26. This is not a particularly fun hill, but we'll make it work. It's a really not a fun hill, actually. I'm just going to keep them focused on me if I can. Because if I keep them focused, sure they can throw things at me, but if I die, who cares? Whereas if my troops die, I have to go high more, and I don't want to do that. If we can just keep them occupied for the time being, to knock some of their armour down, some of their health down, that'd be good. We won't kill all of them, for sure, but we can do some good work here. Let's see if we can do some horse archery. We'll get our proficiency up as well. I always forget how long these javelins are. Absolutely ginormous these things are. Yeah, I suppose we could have done this initially and we might have had a better start, but I'm hoping to get some good loot from these guys and a good amount of renown as well. Besides, they're a pretty huge force that we don't want hanging around here. I mean, not that we care for Janos at the moment, but that's fine. I think they've run out of their throwables, so we're just going to ride around them and shoot, while our archers also shoot from the distance. This is also going to help our archery skill out, so this is definitely has been worth doing. It's just it would have come at a little bit of a cost. That's okay. We're getting some good headshots here, which is all just going to help our proficiency. This is the problem with shock troops. They're really good in close quarters combat. Against range, not much they can do to get there, because they're not naturally fast troops. I mean, especially against horses, obviously, they're not going to be quick, but even just this, they're not going to be great at. Let's pull back now. Let them come to our main force. We should just be able to shoot them dead. Oh, we missed that one, that's fine. And the Mariner should be able to throw some stuff at these guys. Let's charge. Everyone charge. There we go. Wasn't too bad there at the end, that final engagement. 16 renown. We're not going to get as much loot as we would have wanted because we had to retreat, and that's how the game works. The loot out, at least in part. Still, that was worth doing, I would say. Let's pop into here and sell some of that stuff we picked up. This might be worth about well, it's worth 500 dinars. It's better than nothing. I'm really glad we've got this new armor, though. It's definitely going to be stronger for us. I think we've already been in here, haven't we? So let's head down to Says. Get ourselves ready for the next kind of push on the snake cult. Let's group there, but there's no point taking them on, really, until we can actually get some benefit for it. Got to watch out for that snake cult army. That's the one which caused us some issues earlier in this episode. Jatu's got another army. Lara is also being besieged by Sarleon again. We could consider it. We could also help out Rimus Legatus here. He's got 27 farmers and some Noldor troops. We won't be able to take the Noldor troops, they'll just disappear. And a bunch of snake cult troops. Are we doing well against the snake cult? They're still healthy, so we can't consider taking them. But I would like to maybe help out Rimus Legatus here, because he'll really appreciate it. It will come at a cost, but again, Rimus Legatus is a good guy to have on the side. I believe he's got some pretty good household troops, so we definitely want to bring him along if we can. This will be a tough fight. The Vicavis will hurt, and I wouldn't normally take on these guys, but I want to help out this Lord. We haven't been doing many Lord quests. This is important. Kill all these farmers. There's going to be a lot of ranged troops that they have that we're going to need to watch out for. We do have some Empire armoured crossbowmen here, which will help. I'm actually happy they're charging kind of in a weird way. The Empire Lord is going to be really kind of our meat shield while we fight with range for the time being. There we go. Got that companion out, which is good. Come after you. No, we missed that. Right, we have to charge now. Cavalry's not really involved. I should have got them involved a little bit sooner. Definitely a few strategic mistakes in this engagement, which I'm not too thrilled about, but it's fine. And this, we can at least give the snake old troops to this Empire Lord, so he stays alive for the time being. We should get a bunch relation from this guy, which will be useful. 61 damage, even with some very good armour. Goodness me. Oh well. How many left? Only 13 left. We've only lost 1 or 2, so it hasn't been too bad for us. Oh no, we lost to Balestra. I like the Barclay troops, they're fun. Eventually we're going to want to start our own knighthood order because they can eventually be the best troops in existence. But for that we need money, and for that we need a castle, neither of which we have at the moment, unfortunately. I would love to have some, but we just don't. Another mercenary Highlander dead. That's fine. Overall, this should still be worth doing, I would say. Looks like there's one one Vikavi Bloodstorm Guard is doing very well for himself, or for herself, because the rest of the Vikavi troops are indeed ladies. 5 killed, but it'll be worth it. 7 relation with Remus Legatus for doing that. He's Marshal, and I believe he carries some. I think he even carries Shadow Legion troops, if I remember correctly. Let's see if our troops want to upgrade anything. They don't, but we will take all of this to sell. And then carry on heading towards Sez. We can't take any of these state cult troops, which would be really sad because I actually really find the armsmen quite useful. I'm just taking one of each of them. Yeah, the armsmen do upgrade into warriors, but sometimes they're best kept as armsmen. We can take these guys. 21 peasant women. But again, these peasant women don't turn into Pendor troops, so we can't take them. Can't take the pilgrims because we are not at war with the Shah. We can, however, take 21 farmers, which we can eventually turn into something okay. The Pendor troops are fine, they're not spectacular, but they'll be better than nothing for sure. But having Remus Legatus on side would be useful. And we have just given him a lot of troops there, so he'll be pretty strong for the time being. Let's head into Sez, see if there's any more jobs they've got for us. A bounty I will take, and I will also take a fight with the Dawn. Will I? I'm actually not going to, that's a silly idea. The majority of my troops are just farmers at this point. So for the time being, we won't do that. I think that's a silly idea. We will, however, head to the tavern, see if there's anything useful here. Clear Sweftage. Might have some troops for us. We can also sell our prisoners. 6 bounty adventurers, bounty hunters I'll take. Because those guys will have blunt weapons, which will be very useful. They can be wardens and sheriffs. I imagine we've lost the majority of our wardens and sheriffs from that mistake with Warlord Zulkar, which is a real shame, but what can you do? We will call things apart there as we keep pushing down here in Sez to get the Shadow Legion on side. A game of cat and mouse today with Warlord Zulkar that didn't quite work out. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.